Hi friends, welcome to the channel Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles. Ashish here, and today I'll be covering a classic Sudoku on our channel. Now this Sudoku is constructed by Shye, and I really thank the author for giving me an opportunity to cover a video on our channel. So there is something special about this Sudoku. So this Sudoku I had tried covering for a video actually, and I got stuck on this Sudoku for about 40 minutes. So after 40 minutes of the video, I had to close the video and I had to solve it leisurely to see if I was missing something during the video, but I still couldn't find it after I would say some 7 to 8 minutes. So in total I was solving this Sudoku for 50 minutes and I still couldn't get the logic. Then I had to ask Shye personally that what was the breaking that I was missing, and when I got the logic that was the intended solve path in this Sudoku that was shared by Shye, I was so amazed that I really wanted to cover a video on this one again, right? Somehow I wanted to make sure that I share this logic and the Sudoku grid to the viewers here, because this Sudoku really deserves the appreciation. So stay tuned and you'll really enjoy this Sudoku, right? So before going to the Sudoku, I would highly recommend you to please subscribe to the channel Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles if you haven't done so. It will really motivate us to cover videos on daily basis. And if at all you have a request for any Sudoku variant or a puzzle genre, do let us know in the comment below and we'll surely make a video on it. And now coming back to this Sudoku. So classic Sudoku rules apply. You need to place digits from 1 to 9 in each row, each column, and 3 into 3 box without repetition. And with that we should start solving this Sudoku. And one more thing, that we have been covering videos from past 2 years, more than 2 years, and we have more than 650 videos on our channel. So if at all you think that we are doing good and you would want to you would want to thank us, you can please do so by subscribing to our Patreon page Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles. We'll really appreciate that. We have been doing this for more than 2 years, and it's really a great effort to cover videos on regular basis, right? So if at all you can thank us, please do so by subscribing to the Patreon page. And now coming back to this Sudoku, so let's start solving this Sudoku. So as I know the solve path of this Sudoku, I don't want to directly go into the logic that was shared by Shye to me. I'll just try to pencil mark some things here and there, and then we'll get back to the logic, right? So the one thing that I got in this Sudoku was so as you can see, you have 2 4s here and a 4 here, that will give you a 4 here. So that was the only digit I got for 50 minutes and nothing else. I got a few more eliminations during my solve, but they weren't much strong and concrete for the Sudoku to be played easily or finished easily. So let's see if we are able to do that. See, while trying to solve this Sudoku, the one thing that I noticed was this. Usually in Shye's Sudoku, I have seen some fireworks logic. So if you are new to firework logic, we have already covered a video on those logics. At that point of time, we didn't knew the name was fireworks, because it was a new logic that was proposed by Shye, and it was really an excellent logic. So I thought that it should be something around the fireworks logic, because as the givens were placed, that was the only thing that came to my mind, but I was wrong and I didn't get anything during that, right? So these are the 1 2 3 4s given here. You cannot have 1 here, you cannot have 4 here, you cannot have 3 here. So yeah, we are done this, we are done with this, and this is also 1 2 3 8. Yeah, 2 and 3 cannot be here, 8 cannot be here, 1 cannot be here, 1 2 3 and 7, right? So 1 cannot be here, 7 cannot be here, 3 cannot be here, right? Anything else? So the one thing that I got in this Sudoku was, at the start was the given here a digit here 4, and the other thing that I got was, if you see here, 2 in this column are subjected to only these 2 cells, right? Column 1 2 can only be in cell 3 and cell 7, and in row 9 2 can only be in these two cells, right? So there was a two string kite technique here that I found, which means or something if you can say of A and B sort. So if this is A, this is B, this is A, this is B, so either A, B, A, yeah, or either both the A's would be true or both the B's would have to be true, right? So if this is of let me see, yellow color here, and this should be of blue color, so either the blue colors would be true, which means either the blue colors would have to be 2 or the yellow colors would have to be 2. So if you have a 2 here, this box will have a 2 in the yellow, this cell. So if this is 2, this would have to be 2, or if this is 2, this would have to be 2. So either blue are correct or either yellows are correct, and in that case cells seeing both the blue and the yellow cells simultaneously cannot have a 2, which means this cell sees both the blue and the yellow cells, which means this cell can never be a 2. So this is what I got during my solve while making the video, but apart from that I didn't get anything here. So 1, 3, 4, 7 and 8, right? These are the only digits that I got here. And then what else I was looking for was, I saw one thing was, so if you have a 4 here, right, you'll have a 4 here, because for this column 4 would have, if you have a 4 here, this eliminates as a 4 and this eliminates as a 4. So for this column and this row, 4 would have to be in these cells, and only this cell can have a 4. So if you have a 4 here, this column cannot have a 4, and if you have a 4 here, this row cannot have a 4. So that was just an assumption that if you had a 4 here, but that also didn't help much to me in this Sudoku. And let's see if we get anything else. So 5, nothing here with the 5s. 7 would have to be in one of these two cells. 8 would have to be in one of these two cells. 9 would have to be in one of these three cells, but that won't help much here. Excuse me. These two cells are 8 here. Excuse me, 3 cannot be here, neither can 6 be here. So 3 and 6 would have to be in these two cells, or you can have something else here as well, right? You can have a triplet if you know one more digit would have to be here, but that isn't helpful much again. Okay, so we are not getting anything here in this for now. So let me go with the logic that I was shared by the author, and highly recommend you please try this Sudoku yourself before watching the video, before seeing the logic that I have been talking about. I have been saying it about, but I would highly recommend you please try the Sudoku yourself and then see or watch the video to get to know what was the logic that you have been missing if you couldn't find it, right? So now I will try to solve the Sudoku using the logic that was shared to me. So just if you see here, okay, I will mark these as 1, 2, 3, 4, not 4 here, neither 4 here. It is 1, 2, 3, 6, 1, 2, 3, 5, right? Yeah. So this is cannot be 2, this cannot be 3, this cannot be 2, this cannot be 3. Yeah, right. So yeah, so we have done this. The main things that were to be marked are already marked here, and at this point of time, you have to notice one thing is box 1, 3 and 9. What are the common digits that are missing in these three boxes? Boxes 1, boxes 3 and box 9. So there are a few digits that are missing in these boxes, 6 and 4. So if you see here, the common digits that are missing in these three boxes are 1, 2 and 3, right? So let us assume that 1, 2 and 3 are to be marked as X. Anything, let us assume as X. So 1, 2, 3 are nothing but X. So all the 1, 2, 3s would have to be here in this box, and in this box, right? You need to have 1 2 3s in these three boxes for sure, because none of these are already given in these boxes. Now if you see here, can both 2 and 1 2 and 3, any of these two digits out of the 3, so out of 1 2 and 3, any of the two digits can come in these two cells, in these three cells? Is it possible? So what am I saying is, can you have 1 2 or 3, any of these two digits, either 2 3 or 1 3 or 1 2 in these three cells? So the moment you have 1 or 2 or 2 or 3 or 1 or 3 in these three cells, you cannot have 1 2 and 3 in this box, because whatever you have here, one of the 1 2 and 3, that would have to be here. Just keep that in mind. Whatever you have here in these three cells of 1 2 or 3, of 1 2 or 3, you will have to have in this cell. Whatever you have here of 1 2 and 3 in this these three cells would have to be here, right? So how can you place 1 2 and 3 cells in these boxes, in box 3? So you cannot have both two digits, to 1 2 out of 1 2 and 3, any two digits in these three cells. You can have only one digit. Same way you can have only one digit in these three cells. So where can be the third digit? This would have to be the third digit. Let me show you using an example here. I'll remove these cells. Let us assume you have a 2 and a 3 here, or maybe let us assume you have a 1 2 or 3 here, anything of 1 2 and 3 here. Second 1 2 and 3 would have to be here. Where would third 1 2 and 3 be? Can it be here? So if you have here, you need to have two digits 1 2 and 3 in this one cell. Not possible. If you have here, it would have to have two digits here. If you have here, it would have to have two digits here. So which means this cell can never be a 1 2 or a 3. One of the 1 2 and 3 would have to be here, one of the 1 2 and 3 would have to be here, and the third 1 2 and 3 would have to be here. That is what is the logic. Control Y, yeah. So which means this cell can never be 1 and a 3, 1 2 and a 3. One of the 1 2 and 3 would have to be in these cells, one of the 1 2 and 3 would have to be in this cell, and third 1 2 and 3 would have to be here. So if you have both 1 2 and 3 here, this cell gets stranded here. You can have only one digit here in this cell out of 1 2 and 3, right? Or maybe you can use a quadruplet here. You will have 5 cells with only 4 candidates, right? If you have 1 2 and 3, if you have two digits of 1 2 and 3, you will have 5 cells with only 4 candidates, right? So one of the 1 2 and 3 would have to be here, another 1 2 and 3 would have to be here, and the third 1 2 and 3 would have to be here. So this cell can never be a 4. This was the most important elimination in this Sudoku, without which you cannot solve this Sudoku logically. There is a possibility. I have actually, to be frank, I have tried this Sudoku in Sudoku Wiki. I have feed this Sudoku, the digits in the Sudoku Wiki, and saw the difficulty level, and it was extreme. It was something more than 350. I am not sure the rating was, and the logic was extreme. There were so many chains and alternating chains, I don't know what not to solve this Sudoku. But using the author's intended logic, this Sudoku is nothing now, right? So the moment you eliminate a 4 from this cell, now if you see row 1 and column 9, where can a 4 be? 4 is in one of these two cells, right? And in column 9, 4 is in one of these two cells, which means, so if you see here now, I'll show you one thing again. Excellent piece of logic here, guys. Excellent piece. I cannot say, or I cannot express how the Sudoku is actually. Really excellent piece of logic here. So which means, not this, I'll take this color. 4 can be in any of these two cells in this row, and 4 can be in one of these two cells in this column. So if you have a 4 here, this column will have a 4 here. I'm sorry, this box. If you have a 4 in green cell, you'll have another 4 in green cell. If you have a 4 in pink cell, you have the other 4 in pink cell. The same 2-string kite technique that we saw at the start for the 2, right? So what it means, right? If this is A, this is B, this is A, this is B. So either A's would have to be true or the B's would have to be true for the 4 in boxes 3, row 1 and 9. Row 1 and column 9, right? So if this is not a 4, this row would have a 4 here, and this column would have a 4 here. So, and if this is a 4 here, this box No, okay, I'm sorry. uh, I'm sorry, I didn't want to say that actually. Sorry, my bad here. Okay, I'll just mark the possibilities of 4 in row 1 and column 9. I didn't want to say that actually. I'm sorry. I've just marked the possibilities of 4 in column 9 and row 1, right? So 4 can be in one of these two cells and 4 can be in one of these two cells in this. Can 4 both be in these cells for row 1 and column 9? No, right? You cannot have both in one box. So one of these two cells would have to be a 4. If both of these are not 4, then for row 1 4 would have to be here, for column 9 4 would have to be here, and you'll have two 4s in a single box, which means one of these two cells at least will have a 4, and that means this cell cannot be a 4, because the moment you have this cell as a 4, you eliminate these two cells as 4, and this row and this column would have to have a 4 in box 3. That is of course not possible. So this cell gets eliminated as a possibility of 4. And now if you see here, where can a 4 be in box 5? You get a digit here, guys. You seriously get a digit here. That is amazing. That is really amazing. So the moment you eliminate a 4 from this cell, you get a 2-string kite technique of 4, and that eliminates a 4, a common cell of 4 from this cell, and you have a 4 here. So the moment you have a 4 here, there is only one place for 7 and 8 here in this box, and now this Sudoku is done. You can solve this Sudoku easily now. I will say you how. Right? Just pencil marks, guys. 9 would have to be here, and this 9 would have to be here. This cell would have to be a 5, these two cells, which means 5 would have to be here, and which is, this is a 5 now. Okay, this cell is not a 5, so you have a 1 2 3 here, 1 2 5. This cell is not a 5. So the moment you get this 4 here, you get a 7 and 8, you get a 9 and 5 here, you get a 5 here, and that should be easy to complete this Sudoku now. 5 9, you have 2 and 6 here, so these cells are 2 and 6. Okay, 1 8 and 9, right? So this is 1 9, 1 8 and 9, and this cell cannot be a 2, 3 7 and 6. So this is 6 7, not sorry, and this is 3 6 and 7. Okay, what are we missing here? Yeah, so we know that one of the 1 2 3s would have to be here, one of the 1 2 3s would have to be here, so you cannot have a 3 here. So you have a 6 7 here, so this is 3. It cannot be a 3 here. 3 would have to be in one of these two cells, so these are not 3s. Of course, one of the 1 2 3s here, the other two 1 through 3s would have to be here, so this is not 1. 1 2 cannot be here. 4 6 and 7. Okay, this is 1 2 6 and 7, 1 2 and 6. 7 is in one of these two cells. Come on, anything else we are missing here? 3 would have to be in one of these two cells, so which means 3 would have to be in one of these two cells, right? Oh, where can 4 be? No, 4 can be here or here, right? Come on, what are we missing here again? 1 2 8 and 9. 2 8, this is 1 9. 8 1 2 9. Oh, so 1 2 9. 8 cannot be here, 8 cannot be here, 8 cannot be here, so this cell is an 8. Where can 8 be in column row 9? So this cell is an 8 here. You have 3 8 pair here. So 8 cannot be here, 8 cannot be here, 8 cannot be here. So this cell is an 8, you get a 3 here. That eliminates 3 from this cell. And 1, this is 2 and 9. 3, this is 1 and 6 here. So this is 1 and 6, which means this is 9. 6 and 1 cannot be here, so this is 2 and 7. So this is a 7, there is a 2, 9, 1. No, I missed anything, right? No. I'm sorry, my bad. This is not a 2, so 1, 6 and 9, not 1, 2 and 9, it is 1, 6 and 9. This cell is a 6. I'm extremely sorry. That is what happens when you try to solve fast. And 2 cannot be here, 2 cannot be here, so this cell is a 2, 1 and 3, so this cell is a 9, 1, that cannot be a 1, so this is 2 and 7, this is 7, 2, 9, 1 and 6, right, in any order. Yeah, thank God. This cell is not a 2 here. And what else are we missing? This 2 will eliminate 2 from these two cells, so 1, 6, so this is 7, 6, this cell cannot be a 6. This is 1, that is 3. These two cells are not 1 now, and 1 would have to be in one of these two cells, so these are not 1s. Okay, yeah, we are done with this. 2, 7, 4, 7, 1, 8, 1, 4, 7, 8. Oh, 1 and 3, so this would have to be 2, 3, 4, 1, right? That gives you a 6 here, 1 and 6, and that one gives you a 2 here, 2, 3, 4 and 1 here, 1, 2, 7 and a 4 here. That would give you a 2 here, 2 here, 8, 7, 2, 6, 1 and 3, right? So 1 and 3 in any order. This 8 would give you 1, 2, 3, 8. This is 8, that is 9, 9. Okay, 5, 6 and 3, so this is a 3, 3, 1, 6, 1, 5 and 6, right? So this is 5, that is 6, that gives you a 5 here, and that gives you a 2 here. And with that we complete this excellent gorgeous Sudoku by Shye. So as you can see here, that is what happens when you actually try to create a Sudoku by hand and not by computer generated, right? So this is what is purely a handcrafted Sudoku, and I was amazed to see the logic that Shye shared to me. Excellent logic. I really thank Shye for such a wonderful Sudoku and for giving me an permission to cover a video on our channel. I really wanted to make sure that I share this logic and this Sudoku grid to everyone, because this really deserves to be appreciated, right? So I really enjoyed the logic with the 1, 2 and 3. So if you see here, one of the 1s is here, one of the 2s is here, and one of the 3s, 1, 2 and 3. Out of 1, 2, 3, one of their digit is here, here and here, and you get a triplet here. A hidden triplet of 1, 2, 3 in column 3 and column 7 and row 3, right? And with that you eliminate 4 from this cell. That gives you a 4 in one of these two cells and these two cells, and you have a 2 string kite technique of 4 that eliminates from this cell, and then you get a 4 here directly. Amazing guys, I must say amazing. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Do like and comment if you want us to solve any other Sudoku variant or a puzzle genre, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you.